I'll never forget the way she looked at me that night. Her face wasn't angry. It wasn't even cold. It was something worse. Pity. "Michael," she said softly, I can't marry you. I don't feel attracted to you anymore. I'm embarrassed when we're out together." I froze, my chest tightened like a vice. I had been engaged for 7 months. Our wedding invitations were already printed, and the woman I thought I'd spend the rest of my life with, the woman I trusted, was telling me I was too fat to be loved. I didn't yell, I didn't beg. I just sat there, staring at the engagement ring I had saved for years to buy, now meaningless. When she left my apartment that night, it felt like she took more than just herself. She took my confidence, my future, my hope, and in that silence, in the hollow space she left behind, I realized something I had ignored for years. I wasn't just losing her, I was losing myself. And in that moment I told myself, if I can control my mind, truly control it, then my weight loss is only a matter of time. My name is Michael Avery. I'm 29 years old, born and raised in Dallas, Texas. I work in IT, mostly sitting behind a desk 8 to 10 hours a day. My weight had always been an issue. In high school, I was already over 200 pounds, and by the time I reached my late 20s, I was hovering around 305. At 6'1", it showed everywhere. My face, my stomach, the way I walked. Food was my comfort. Late-night fast food runs, greasy breakfasts, sodas at my desk, delivery dinners while gaming into the night. It was a cycle I knew was slowly killing me, but I told myself I'd get healthy someday. My parents worried. My dad had high blood pressure, my mom struggled with her cholesterol, and my doctor had been warning me since I was 25 that I was a strong candidate for diabetes by 30. But I didn't listen. Instead, I avoided mirrors. I avoided cameras. I bought 2XL shirts and size 44 pants and pretended it was just genetics. Deep down, though, I hated myself. I avoided swimming pools, beaches, even simple things like bowling nights because I didn't want people looking at me. And when Emily, my fiancée, told me she loved me despite my body, I thought I had found someone who accepted me for who I was. But love wasn't enough. Not when I refused to love myself. The night Emily left me should have been my bottom, but it wasn't. My true breaking point came 3 weeks later, in a doctor's office. I had gone in for a checkup because I couldn't stop feeling tired. It didn't matter how much I slept. I woke up exhausted. My legs ached, my lower back throbbed constantly, and even climbing a single flight of stairs at work left me sweating. I remember sitting on that exam table, paper crinkling under me, when Dr. Patel walked in with my blood work. He didn't even try to sugarcoat it. "Michael," he said, folding his hands, "your fasting blood sugar levels are high. You're on the edge of prediabetes. Your blood pressure is elevated. Your cholesterol is unhealthy. If you don't change your lifestyle now, you're looking at a very real risk of heart attack or type 2 diabetes before 35. His words cut deeper than Emily's ever did. Because this wasn't about love, this was about life. I nodded, trying to hold it together. But when I got back to my car, I broke down. I sat there in the parking lot, gripping the steering wheel, crying like I hadn't cried since I was a kid. I felt humiliated, angry, scared. But underneath it all, there was something else. A tiny spark. I thought of Emily's words, the disgust in her eyes. I thought of Dr. Patel's warning, the finality in his tone. And for the first time in my life, I whispered to myself, no more excuses. That night I made a promise I would keep no matter how many times I fell. This time I wouldn't quit. The first week was hell. I cleaned out my pantry, throwing away chips, cookies, soda, everything I used to reach for when I was stressed. I stocked my fridge with chicken breast, broccoli, eggs, oatmeal, bottled water. And then came the cravings. God, the cravings. At 11 p.m., my stomach screamed for pizza. At lunch, I fantasized about burgers instead of salads. I would literally walk past fast food restaurants and feel my body pulling me toward them. The gym was even worse. On my first day, I stepped onto a treadmill, and within 5 minutes, I was gasping, drenched in sweat, my shirt clinging to me like glue. People weren't staring, but I felt like they were. I wanted to leave, to run home and hide. But I stayed. Even if it was just 15 minutes, I stayed. I started logging everything. March 4th, 2022. Weight, 305 lbs. Breakfast, 2 boiled eggs, oatmeal. Lunch, grilled chicken salad. Dinner, salmon, broccoli. Day after day, I wrote it down. The scale barely moved at first and it crushed me. But then a week later, 302. Another week, 298. The first time I saw the number dip below 300, I actually smiled. It felt like a door cracking open, a tiny glimpse of light. And every morning before breakfast, I started taking something I had read about on an online forum. Just a small capsule that gave me energy and helped curb my hunger. I didn't want to rely on it, but it made those first few weeks bearable. I didn't tell anyone, not my friends, not my co-workers. This was my fight. By the second month, something unexpected happened. I woke up one morning, and for the first time in years, I didn't feel exhausted. I laced up my shoes, went for a walk, and realized halfway through that I wasn't gasping for air. That day, I walked 3 miles. No breaks. Just me, music in my ears, the Dallas sun on my back, and a pace that felt almost natural. That was the moment I knew this wasn't just a diet. This was a new life. I started meal prepping on Sundays, rows of chicken, rice, and vegetables in plastic containers. I swapped soda for sparkling water, late-night snacks for protein shakes. I downloaded a workout app and followed a beginner weightlifting program. The gym stopped feeling like a battlefield. It became my therapy. I remember one moment vividly. I was in the locker room, pulling on an old hoodie I hadn't worn in years. It actually fit. Not tight, not stretched. It fit. I stood there in front of the mirror, staring at myself, and for the first time in decades, I felt proud. People started noticing too. My coworker James said, "Man, you're shrinking every week. What's your secret?" I just laughed and said, "Consistency." But deep down, I knew the real secret wasn't a pill or a workout. It was my mind. Every morning I reminded myself, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. 6 months in, I stepped on the scale. 223 pounds. I had lost 82 pounds. I took a photo that day, a side-by-side with my old self. The difference was staggering. My face was sharper, my body leaner, my clothes hanging loose. But the real victory wasn't the mirror, it was the numbers. At my next doctor's appointment, Dr. Patel smiled. "Michael, your blood pressure is normal. Your cholesterol has dropped significantly. And your blood sugar? Perfectly healthy. Keep this up and you're adding years to your life." I walked out of that office grinning, tears in my eyes. That weekend, I did something I never thought I'd do. I ran a 5K charity race in downtown Dallas. My time wasn't great, my legs burned, but I crossed that finish line. And when strangers clapped and cheered, I felt something I hadn't felt since I was a kid. Freedom. Looking back now, I don't hate the man I was at 305 pounds. I pity him, yes, but I also respect him, because without his pain I wouldn't have found my strength. I learned patience. I learned that motivation fades, but discipline carries you through. I learned that it's not about a perfect diet. It's about making more good choices than bad ones day after day. And I wrote it all down. Every meal, every workout, every mistake, because I wanted to remember the journey. The good, the bad, the ugly. I realized something powerful. Weight loss isn't about looking good for someone else. It's about living long enough and well enough to enjoy the life you deserve. Today I weigh 220 pounds. I wear size 34 jeans. I hike every Saturday with friends. I cook my own meals. I sleep like a baby. And most importantly, I smile. When I wake up in the morning, I look in the mirror and don't see a stranger anymore. I see someone I fought for. To anyone listening to this, sitting there feeling hopeless, embarrassed, or broken, I promise you change is possible. Not overnight, not without setbacks, but it is possible. You are stronger than your cravings, stronger than your excuses, stronger than the voices both inside and outside telling you that you can't. Because if a broken man like me could crawl out of the hole I dug for myself, so can you. Take it one day at a time, write it down, move your body, eat with purpose, and never forget, the first battle is always in your mind. This is Michael Avery. Thank you for listening to my story. And if you're still doubting yourself, let me be living proof. You can change, you will change, because your future is worth fighting for. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more true transformation stories. And for those serious about transforming their health, remember, lasting change starts with mastering your mind, eating smart, moving daily, and yes, using the right proven supplements. Our website, weightlossspeech.com, is packed with science-backed diet plans, powerful workouts, and supplement tips to help you reach your goals faster.